Hey, how's it going, everybody? It is Friday. Um, so yesterday I did not go live on Facebook. I actually was testing something out on Instagram. No, sorry, not Instagram, on YouTube. And so I'll explain a little bit what's going on right now here. Um, this right now, what I've got right now, is not my normal setup. This is not going to be my normal setup. I'm literally in here in my office testing out some of the gear that I'll be using in the studio. This is not stand. This is one of my microphones, the headphones, things like that. Um, so really just really in here messing around, testing things out. Um, Actually, I'm down here as well on Instagram. For whatever reason, it keeps saying poor connection, paused due to poor connection. I'm not sure what's going on here. But clearly the same exact thing. I'm running on the same Wi-Fi network. So anyway, fuck it. So I actually just got back. I feel like a really old person. As a lot of you guys may know, I've recently started playing golf with some of my friends. Fred, Brian, Trey, a couple other guys started playing golf kind of on a regular basis. I'm going to shut this off over here on Instagram because for whatever reason it's pissing me off. So I'm just gonna delete that one, whatever's going on. So anyway, I actually just got back from the golf store because one of my clubs I had to have one of the heads on my club fixed, and I felt like such an old person. I felt like such a douchebag walking into the store with my golf club in my hand, taking it to go get fixed. And actually, I got it sitting over here because, like I said, for whatever reason, I guess when I hit at some point, I kind of bent the neck on the club. And so anyway, I just had this feeling come over me because I don't go play golf for any reason other than it gives me time to I can spend time with my friends. Obviously, I don't work out with anybody. I spend all if I'm in the gym, it's by myself. I can't really stand working out with anybody. Um, so I do this as a way to spend time with my friends because a lot of my friends they're married, kids living at home with them. They don't have like me. Like I'll get out and I'll do crazy shit like hiking, skydiving, things like that. But playing golf with them gives me the opportunity to do it. So I suck. I think last week was probably the best round of golf I've ever played. If you guys don't know, it's bogey golf. I mean, it's really what I did was got pretty close to a bogey on every single hole. I parred like 3 holes. Anyway, um, but I don't watch the shit on TV. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. And I just care about me being better and having fun with it. But I get to spend time with my friends. So I'm out there today. I'm driving my car to, uh, and I get out of my, and I just don't even think about it. And I get my club, and I'm walking up, and they see these people looking at me, and I'm like, oh, I feel like a complete fucking douchebag, um, walking into this store with my golf club in my hand. So, um, anyway, I wanted to reach out to everybody, and I want to say first and foremost, thank you to everybody who has gone and subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'm about I'm 61 users or subscribers away from the next benchmark on YouTube. Let me explain. YouTube sets up a lot of standards and guidelines, as well does Facebook, for how things can work on their channel. Obviously, they don't want anybody to just jump right on there. It's not like back in the day when we had MySpace. You can just you could just create your user profile. You get an address, myspace.com/whatever. Mine was the last Scion, which was kind of funny. It was old AOL Instant Messenger name carried over to MySpace. But uh, YouTube requires first off 100 subscribers to your channel so you can have a customized domain name. So like right now, when I post, I post the YouTube channel there. It's got this generic bullshit address on it, and with 100 subscribers, it'll give me the opportunity to actually title it after the show. that I'm going to be hosting. And from there, they have separate rules and guidelines for you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours. So you can do what's called being monetized. Monetization comes with other little things. It's not about, again, I've said this 1,000 times. I don't care about the money. It doesn't matter to me. For me, it's a way of expression. Like right now, just getting on here and bullshitting with people. Yeah, you're right, Sam. Yes, I know. I'm a douchebag. But for me, it's just a form of expression. 1 second here. Alexa, set the downstairs temperature to 68 degrees. See, I've got the whole house automated, and this is, I'm kind of lazy this way. But anyway, for me, it's just getting on here and being able to ramble and chat. But right now, coming on here every single day, there really is no purpose. I don't have a lot of things to talk about. It's really just kind of testing out the gear. Yesterday was the first time I used the microphone in this fashion, so I was playing with the controls. Today, I've got them all figured out. They're all dialed in. Everything's locked. So I realized that what's really cool about the microphone here is it's almost like smart technology. Even if I get really loud, it kind of naturally by itself kind of tones things down. So it's pretty neat technology. But what the controls are is there is obviously feedback to everybody on the other side, but also to my headphones here. And what's really neat about this setup is if I was only going to use it like this, it's literally, there's a USB cord that plugs into the bottom of the microphone and plugs directly into the computer. And then I'm using my webcam right now, and then the headphones plug right into the bottom of the microphone. So it's kind of a cool setup if this is what I wanted to do. If I wanted to do it just like this, I could quite honestly manage it if I wanted to do it in this kind of fashion. But like I said, the microphone itself, I went back and I listened to the playback yesterday. Even though I was messing with the microphone, there was no change in the volume. I could hear it in my headphones because the microphone changes for me in case it gets loud. That way it's not crazy up here. But as far as what was being put out, the microphone was automatically adjusting, so my voice didn't sound a whole lot different. No matter how loud I got, the inflection and everything like that. So it's pretty neat. So like I said, coming on today, past week, doing this kind of consistently is more along the lines of just, it's practice. This is not something I do as a profession. I have done a lot of public speaking in the past. I'm definitely not afraid of getting up and talking in front of people. Typically, I'll get up in front of a lot of people and make an ass out of myself just because I have no filter and I typically don't have a hard time saying things about myself and other people. But for me, realistically, this is practice, and I'm quite okay with the scrutiny and taking criticism and things like that. People have reached out and made several comments about this, that, and the other, and I appreciate it. I try to take it all constructively. One thing one of my buddies said to me, I have it's filler words, stuff like that. I have a tendency to do that. My brain operates at about 1,000 miles an hour. So unless I have a very specific topic to discuss, unless there's something very specific that I'm looking to put out there, my brain is going like this, and so the words don't come out of my mouth nearly as fast. It's this weird thing, and I've constantly done this. So I try. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes I get distracted. That's what's going to be a really good thing, I guess, about having the studio. See, is I'm in my office right now, and I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard it in the past, but outside the windows here, obviously, is the road and things like that. So you tend to hear a lot of other stuff. You get distracted. My watch goes off. My phone goes off. One of the Amazon devices goes off, and I get distracted, and I'm by myself. So one good thing about working in the studio is that there's just going to be me and the other person, maybe maybe a third person sitting in there having conversation, and just us kind of going back and forth, and really just keeping track of the conversation that way. Try to have it something natural. So for me, like I said, this is just practice, getting in here and putting out to everybody and expressing things to people, kind of what just generally, hey, what's happening in my day. So I'm sure drinking these doesn't really help all the time. Now, I have one of these a day because I don't really eat or drink anything else sugary. I don't have any carbonated drinks other than this. I I don't really consume alcohol, and so this is for me my little one time a monster because drink coffee in the morning, and then I drink water throughout the day, and then I have this monster. Of course, I consume about gallon and a half of water while I'm working out in the gym every single day, but haven't decided if I'm going today. I had a pretty good workout yesterday, so just not sure what I'm going to do. But one thing I did want to say is I was contemplating actually talking about this, and I probably won't go into too much detail, but I still haven't decided about the name of the show. It could be something as simple as the Jason Husk Show. I think that's just kind of fucking corny. At the same time, it is my brainchild and the things I'm coming up with, but it's not something new. So I didn't want to really make it something kind of cheesy and corny as that. But one thing I've committed to is like even on my Twitter handle, I have like 5 Twitter followers. It's a really weird thing. I'm on Instagram. I have almost 16,000 followers on Instagram at jason.husk, by the way. But here I have like I don't know. I've got like 3,800 friends on Facebook, and I've got like 3,000 friend requests sitting out there. But on Twitter, I've got like 5 or 6 people that follow me on Twitter. And so for me, it's funny. I just use that as a graphical interface. I don't like Twitter. It's not something I use for any other purpose. But I type a lot of stuff out there, and of course, all the things you guys see on my Instagram page and the stuff I posted in my stories, that's me. And so I've been asked a lot of why does it say your idiot boyfriend? And what it really means is, it's obviously I'm a single man, but the thought process is that that any woman out there could literally say, it's like when they're talking about their husband or their boyfriend, and they're just like, oh, ignore him. That's just my idiot boyfriend or my idiot husband. And that's kind of the thought process, was that I would be very open and honest and brutal about the things that I say, because these are honest thoughts. It's not like they're mean. It's not like they're demeaning thoughts. These are just weird, goofy, stupid, shitty thoughts that come up. Husk at Dusk podcast. Hey, that's not bad. I should consult some creative people. I mean, you're a teacher, so you could probably give some pointers on that stuff, I guess. But yeah, so the stuff I put out there is just funny, and that's really what it is. It's just these are honest, weird, fucked up, crazy, immature thoughts that guys have. I don't know how to be any other way than to be me, and it's just these weird, crazy thoughts that come to my mind that I know other guys have, because I've had these conversations with thousands of guys over the last 30 years. The conversations that we have when you get look. I know girls are way more disgusting and vulgar than guys. When you get them together, they say horrible shit, especially about one another, specifically about other girls. However, guys typically will get carried away. Girls are going to be very pointed about it and typically have a very, very specific reason for saying something. Guys are usually it's a little more broad, it's a little more hypothetical, and it just is just kind of outlandish. Guys have a tendency to just kind of get carried away with things, and so it becomes more of storytelling than it is actually factual. But these are just thoughts. These are genuine thoughts that come to guys' heads, and so when I put that stuff out there, that's what it is. And so my thought process behind the podcast is literally just bringing out these thoughts and having genuine conversations with people to discuss these things that are coming through it in a very real, unfiltered, uncensored kind of way, and realistically giving people that normally wouldn't have a platform for it the ability to put it out there to hundreds, if not thousands, and potentially maybe millions of people being able to see this kind of stuff. actually spoke with another one of my buddies yesterday. He's a business owner who I asked if he'd be on the show yesterday, and he's recently ventured out, taking predominant control of a business, and I think it'd be kind of fun to have him on. He's been around quite a bit. There's some of the stories that he will sit there and tell you, and he has no problem telling these stories. No matter how fucked up they are, he will tell them. And he comes in, and I think he'll be a great person to have on the show. It'll be really, really fun. So that is my promise, is that my show will be very similar to what you guys see on the Twitter, because that is me. Those are just the fucked up weird thoughts that come into my mind. It's just like sitting there thinking about the laundry. Like I made this big deal several weeks ago about laundry. I honestly felt like I'd accomplished something so fucking big. Now, I hate doing laundry. I live by myself, but every day I wear regular clothes during the day. Then I wear clothes when I go to the gym, and then I put on clothes at night. So at a minimum, I'm going through 2 full sets of clothes every single day. And so even living by myself, ooh, that was a good one. I've been waiting to get one of those out on the air. Oh, that felt good. But, so I was making this big deal, and I literally felt accomplished by getting all this laundry done. But it's so fucking much, and I actually had started a load of laundry. I think it was last week. I started a load of laundry like on a Wednesday, and I was lazy as fuck, and I didn't get up and finish it, and it was in my dryer. And then my laundry basket was full again on Sunday, and so I go and I load up another. I load up another load in the washing machine, and I wash that, and then I dry all this shit together. Because what does someone like me do when there's a bunch of shit in the fucking dryer? It wasn't fake, Tracy. That was legitimate. I was trying not to be super loud. But I literally throughout the day, like I'll wake up or I get out of the shower, and I live by myself, so I do what the fuck I want, and I don't leave. I leave all my windows open. So if anybody's looking through my back window, God bless them. When I get out of the shower at night, I would just walk through the house naked and go into the laundry room and get a pair of underwear, and that's what I would do. I was doing that for a couple of days, and in the morning I'd go in there and I just grab something out of there, like a pair of socks or whatever, and so the load that started out as a full load in the dryer ended up being a half load. So I just throw the rest of the shit in there from the dryer and from the washing machine, and everything's in there. God damn, when I went to go fold my fucking clothes on Sunday, it was unbelievable. First off, I ran out of hangers, so I had to go buy hangers yesterday or Wednesday. Had to buy another 40 hangers. I guess I just purchased too many shirts and shit. I hang everything up, as you guys have seen, with my OCD closet. Ooh. Sorry. So I see it's like a child, it's like a little boy. Farts and burps and people getting hit in the nuts and shit. Like, it's still funny. I'm almost 40 years old, and that shit's still funny to me. It's even better because I can hear it in the headphones, so it's quite entertaining to me to hear the burp, and I hope it comes across very crisp and clear to everybody out there. Oh man, so anyway, I was folding all the laundry, and it was sitting on my bed, and it was a pile of shit. It was so much. There was a good, I would say there was probably 20 plus gym shirts. There was 20 plus pairs of gym shorts. There was like 30 pairs of socks. There was 20 pairs of underwear. I was looking through this, and I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I had too much shit. I had too much shit, and I've got a problem. I've got a severe problem, because as I was doing that, I was having to hang everything up, and of course I went into my closet and I'm looking at my shoes, and oh my God, like I've seriously got a fucking problem with clothes. I could probably, I know as far as shirts go, I could go a good solid 3 months without ever wearing, maybe 4 months. I'd have to count it up one time. But I'm sure I could go 3 to 4 months without ever wearing the same shit. Shorts are probably the only thing I'd have to filter back and forth. But I could literally, if I counted it up, I could probably figure it up. I could probably make out of all my shit in my closet. I could probably make up about 700 or 800 different combinations, which is so fucking pathetic. And then come wintertime, whoo, I kill that shit. I love the fucking winter. I'm so mad at all you people that constantly ask for the fucking summer. I'm so angry at you guys because the summer gets here and all y'all do is bitch about how hot it is. Well, shut the fuck up next time when it's cold. It's so nice when it's cold outside. It is in Texas, in Houston. It is so beautiful in like November and then also in May. It's or well, really March. It's so fucking great here, but everybody wants to complain and say, I wish the summer was here. I want the sun. And then when it gets here, all you do is bitch and complain. You go outside and you get fucking sunburnt, and then it's like, oh, I can't go outside again. Shut the fuck up. Enjoy the cold. I literally had this thought the other day, and I was sitting. Somebody was literally, I'd seen them all winter long on Instagram making comments about how they could not wait for the summer to come. And then now that the summer's here, they're sitting here complaining about how hot it is in Houston. Well, the shit, you've lived here for 30 years. The shit doesn't fucking change. Like today, it's 90 degrees outside. It's about 80% humidity. It feels like it's about 100 degrees outside. And it's overcast. It gets fucking hot. So stop complaining about the fucking cold. You can put more clothes on. I walk outside, I'm fat. I walk outside, I get fucking sweaty, and it's like I'm covered. It's horrible. It's horrible, ridiculous. So that's a good little rant for a second. But my point with all of this was that what I do put out there, all it's legitimate, it's real, it's me. It's group everything into five for the pairs, everything. You just change the bins out. Honestly, I do my shit once a week. My weekly schedule, my schedule throughout the week is pretty busy. I'm constantly moving, doing shit. So I usually don't stop until about 9 o'clock every single night. That's about when I finish dinner, is about 9 o'clock at night. And I kind of just sit there, and what I've started to do now is read. I actually talked about this yesterday. When I say read, I've actually gotten into listening to audiobooks quite a bit. Odd part is they used to be like $4, $5, and you'd spend $18 for the book. Well, now it's like $22 for the audiobook, and it's like $8 for the paper. But I don't care. I drive all the time, and so what I'll do is I'll listen to the book, or I'll listen to it on the way to the gym. And that's what I do. So anyway, by the time that happens, like I find myself just listening. I got some background noise on, things like that, just listening to the audiobook, and I fall asleep. And then I get up early in the morning and do this shit all over again. So the only time I really have is on a Saturday or Sunday. And as I started out with the beginning of this, is one of those days is usually filled up with golf of some kind. I'll probably end up playing golf on this Sunday. So we'll see. It's just one of those things, and so that's how I do my laundry. I'm not gonna sit here and try to do it every other day. So again, because like I said, I could go a couple months without ever having to wear the same thing. But again, yes, Tracy, go look at the Twitter. It's just a bunch of mindless bullshit that I put out there. I screenshot a lot of it. What I do is I actually screenshot it. And this is how fucked up I am, how OCD I am. Because everybody's like, why don't you just do the podcast from here? Why don't you just do this? Maybe set somebody over here, have this backdrop, whatever. Look, I want everything looking right. I'm OCD about it. I'm not a professional. This is not my job. But I have a vision of what I want. And as you guys have seen my house, speaking of that brings me back, I got to talk about that a little bit. But you guys see my house. I've showed lots of pictures of my house. I'm pretty OCD when it comes to a lot of the different things in my life. And I would be upset if I wasn't doing something that I felt was professional. I probably bought some equipment that was probably a little bit more overkill than what I needed, but I'm one of those guys that I would rather have more and not need it than not have enough and need it. These microphones are, $300 a piece. I got, the control board. I want to say it was somewhere between maybe $700, something like that. Plus all the other hardware. I mean, putting everything into it's probably got $4,000 to $5,000 into the show, and it's obviously not made a dime, not done a single thing. So that's just how I am. I want to make sure it's for me. I want to do it right. And um, point with all that was that everything that I'm going to do here, everything I'm going to try to do is going to be genuine and going to be me. Um, the, the the reason I thought about that was kind of funny because today I came back. I stopped. I hadn't had lunch, but what I've been trying to do like 2 or 3 days a week is drink a smoothie. And hey, it's Smoothie King. It's like $5, 32 ounce, on certain smoothies. So I stopped there and got a smoothie. Well, I got home and I'd only been home for like maybe 5 minutes. I sat down at my desk. I was doing a little bit of, I wrote a couple emails and my stomach started hurting. And of course, I just had half a smoothie and it's peanut butter. So I was like, okay, well, I need to go to the bathroom. Um, and I'll be honest, I had a fucking blowout. It was so goddamn ridiculous. And I'm sorry if it's getting gross or whatever, but it's one of those ones that a guy would just be proud of. And I don't know. I'm the kind of guy like I have a group. I have a couple different group chats with my friends, and if I'm having a really really good shit in the morning or something like that, I will text my friends and be like, guys, you would not believe this. It's so good. And I didn't do that today. I didn't text anybody because quite honestly, my stomach hurt and I thought I had shit myself. Uh, that's honestly why I'm even talking about it. I thought I'd shit myself because I couldn't I didn't, thank God. But like my stomach was so like it was instantaneous. Like I had to run to the bathroom. I thought I had literally that I was going to shit on myself. And so when I got to the bathroom, I thought I made a fucking mess. It was one of those ones you got to scrub the toilet down afterwards. It was ridiculous. But I wanted to text my friends about it, and so now I figured I would tell you guys that this is what happens. But what I want to talk about this, and I'll kind of be brief. But today is actually the 1 year anniversary of me buying this house, which for a lot of you guys know was the focal point behind me buying the car. I've talked about that a lot. I bought the car in December of 2019 because of the pandemic and everything. They gave it was just automatic. I didn't ask for it. Nothing. GM. I financed it with GM. They came in and they're just like, hey, we're gonna give you automatic 90-day deferral or 60 days, something like that. And so by the time I bought my house, I had 6 months worth of built up, and that'll probably be some of the stuff I'll talk about on here is like, hey, maybe some financial advice, helping people build credit, some good sound advice. Because believe me, I've been down here, been divorced, so I've had some pretty fucked up credit in the past. And then I got a notification just yesterday. I think my credit score jumped up on my FICO score jumped up to like 780 or something like that, which is fucking phenomenal. And it took a lot of hard work. It's taken 20 years to get it there. So, but today, like I said, it's the 1 year anniversary of me buying this house, which is kind of cool. And I started getting memories on Facebook, which was neat. Was a big driving factor behind me wanting to buy this house is that I had lived in a townhouse in North Houston for 2.5 years, and every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day, I would have to put the dogs on a leash. They always wore harnesses. I never took the harnesses off them. They were constantly in these harnesses, and that was a good one. I would walk them all out. I'd walk the dogs out to this private park that we had. It was on a little lake and behind the townhouse. So I'd walk them out there, and I'd have to do that over and over and over again. And so the memory came up that it was a picture when I the day I bought the house, nothing had even been delivered here yet. No furniture had come in because all my shit was being packed up from the townhouse and everything was being delivered over here. And I had these pictures. It was really cool of Waylon that I'd posted in my story. It was Waylon and Fiona running around in the backyard. And it was the first time that they'd had their own yard to themselves and all the grass they wanted and everything else they wanted to do. It was pretty neat. So yeah, so 1 year anniversary, and that was a big driving factor behind me wanting to buy this house or buy a house. Buying this house in particular is, I will tell you, this house is the first house I looked at. It's the only house I looked at. I had my buddy from high school. His name's Mark Fontenot. Friends with him on here and Instagram and Facebook. Went to school together. I think pretty much all the way since like, well, at least since like sixth grade. His family they live right they live right in Tomball. And anyway, we've gone to school since we were kids. Anyway, I asked him if he would be my realtor on this, and he started sending me a bunch of stuff, and I happened to find this house. I found this one, and I was like, I want to go look at this house. And the next day, we went and looked at it, and I said, this is the one I want. I picked it, literally. I didn't even bother looking at another house. It's a mile and a half away from Fred and Samantha and their kids. So it was like, man, this was like perfect, because the house had everything I wanted in it. It was perfect for me, and boom. They were this close. I mean, literally, Fred has driven his golf cart over here through the field that basically separates. It's a mile and a half on the road going around. It's for him literally to drive here on his golf cart. It's a half mile if he just drives straight over this way. So that was kind of like a deciding factor of why I bought this house in particular, because it was just so convenient, obviously, and it's in a nice area. I've got great neighbors. I've got really great neighbors. Right next door to me, the Blanchettes, they are awesome. They got a bunch of little kiddos. They got twins. I think they're four. I think they're 4 or 5 years old. Awesome little kids. They're awesome. They're so loving and everything. They want to hang out every time if I ever go over there. They just want to come over and sit by me and hang out. And Chris and Heather, they're awesome. And then I got great neighbors directly across the street. And turns out the people at the caddy corner here, Fred has known them since he was like 16 years old. He had at some point, I guess, sold this guy a vehicle. And turns out, yeah, like he comes over here, and a guy he's known for 20 years, not even from skating, lives like catty corner to me. I mean, I'm looking at his backyard right now. But anyway, it's just got a fantastic. I was so pleased with this place. I was so happy, and I'm so fortunate that I got this house because my God, I stole this motherfucker. Want to talk about. Want to talk about like great timing? Ooh, God damn, my God, good timing. I bought this house before the spike in real estate. Yeah, stuff was going fast. I was kind of got it at the beginning of it. I don't think that the real estate kind of exploded and like really went crazy until I want to say just after we'll call it January, February of 21 is when it really started going crazy. When I bought this house was on the market for like 2 weeks, and it was just getting there. Like it was just getting that point where you'd list something and it would literally sell that day. I mean, I think I talked about it on here. Chad Hedrick is an agent, and he represented a friend of mine that I went to high school with when he was selling his house, and they got like 8 offers that day. So. What I will say is when I bought this house, I had to buy it at asking price. There was no, I didn't even bother. I didn't even try offering anything else. I didn't make an offer of less, didn't try to do anything. I offered the people exactly what they were asking for. Asked for a couple of little concessions and things like that. So I got in here and so I bought it. I want to say I bought it or I signed a contract on it somewhere around the 6th of July, and I closed on it. No, I think it was almost the 8th of July when I signed the contract on it, and I closed on it on the 6th of August, 2020. And like I said, those memories came up. I didn't even think about it. I knew it was around this time, but for some reason I thought it was the 8th of August. But I got notification through, and Facebook and Instagram is fantastic for that, the memory part of it, where it shows you kind of those memories. And it was a picture of me of a key that that I was holding up, and it really is hard to explain the journey that I went through to actually buy this house. There's only a couple people out there. Like when I talk about it on there, that's only a part of it. There's just so much of my life over the last 11 years that I have not talked about, that have just not been, that I've just not sat here and opined over. I will once the show gets going. I eventually there's going to be some stuff I will talk about on there. Everything, full disclosure. A lot of it's not going to be pleasant, but it is what it is. And it's not going to be. It's not about me because it's not going to be pleasant for other people because I will be very brutal and honest about a lot of stuff. So, but I think that's my commitment to you guys, right? Is to be honest. I think that's been kind of my, um, I guess, as people have explained to me, kind of the draw to the things I say and do is the fact that it's genuine, and that is my promise, my commitment that I will be genuine, and that I will say things that I truly think and believe, and be honest about my past, and the things I've been through with skating and life and marriage and children. Um, there's been a lot of ups and downs. I've got a lot of great people in my life. I mean, look, marriage and divorce isn't easy. I'm very fortunate at this stage in my life that, I've got like Braxton's mom and I, we get along well, and um, like I've always, at this point taken responsibility for the immaturity. A lot of it had to do with me. Just not, like I'm a pit bull. I just don't let shit go. It's the way I've always been. I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good for athleticism. It's a good for business. It's typically not good for uh, for 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 marriage and family and home life. But you know, I'm very fortunate in that aspect that Braxton's mom is. Her and I, we get along and we can talk, and obviously it's a lot of it's about what's best for Braxton, things like that. So, um, speaking of Braxton, I got to talk to him a little bit today. We were kind of trying to plan. He's going off to college at the end of the month, like we talked about on the show, and I want to try to get to spend time with him. So we I was trying to get maybe take a trip up to Austin, just the two of us, go hang out, father son kind of thing. But of course, this little shit. It's like he's on perpetual vacation. It's like he's like on the. I think he's gone on like 4 separate vacations so far this year, and I think it's not. I guess this coming weekend, he's going back to the river with his grandma and grandpa, his mom's parents, Nanny and Papo. They're going to go to the river, and so I'm probably gonna head out there, go hang out with my boy, and go float the river at least one day with him, which I think would be kind of cool. And then maybe get to go have some lunches or dinner with him before he goes off to college. So um, yeah, so there's a lot. And I realize maybe it sounds like it's kind of a teaser to stuff. So I do. I hope everybody subscribes to the YouTube channel. There's going to be a lot that'll be coming up on there. There's going to be a lot of interesting things that are going to happen on YouTube. So that's where a lot of the content will end up going. Probably not going to see a lot of it here on Facebook. That does bring me back to the beginning of this, that um, Facebook, on the other hand, they obviously YouTube is video based. It's what it's all about. Man, uh, so theirs is strictly based on your the viewership and stuff like that. Well, obviously YouTube that way, but Facebook, it's social media interaction. People texting each other, messaging each other, putting up memes, all this other bullshit, whatever. So in order for you to be able to post videos and to be able, you have to have a lot of, it's a lot. It's something like you have to have 10,000 followers on your page in order for you to be able to get the same standards that you have on, um, you know, on YouTube. You have to have 10 times that on Facebook. And I guess because the reach is that much bigger, because there's something like 4 billion active users, something like that on Facebook monthly. I think it's what they said, 4 billion active monthly users on Facebook. And that's fucking insane. Um, if you only tapped into a small portion of that, it's unbelievable. I can tell you when I was doing my woodworking, I would actually run an ad on Facebook that was guaranteed to reach like 1,500 to 2,000 people over like a 90-day period, and it only cost me $20. But if there's people, there's probably a million people out there that are doing that every single day. Maybe say there's 10 million people out there that are doing that kind of stuff every single day, just buying a $20 ad, $20. And that's how these companies make money. And then they pay content creators. And so on Facebook, you have to have something like 10,000 followers, and you have to have several thousand hours of video or views, and then you also have to do a lot of lives. But you can't do it through a profile. Like I do mine on my profile here, just because I'm fucking around a lot of the time. But you actually have to have a page. So I would have to go set up a show page, and I would have to go and do lives on there. And I could do this. I mean, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. I could, obviously I could do this and ramble all fucking day long, but there's just so many different little rules and regulations to all these different sides. Um, yeah, I got like on Instagram, I got notification about them wanting to verify my profile, so I can get a little blue check mark in there. And that somebody had sent me something before, and I didn't know it was something that you could do. So there's actually a way within your app that you could do this. And um, so they actually reached out to me and asked me for some additional stuff, because you got to send them links to why you should be um, verified, why you should get a blue check mark on Instagram. I don't think it fucking matters. I'm not trying to be famous or anything like that, but anyway. So yeah, with not much to say, I've been on here for almost 43 minutes now, rambling on. So um, that's it. That's it, guys. I appreciate it. I just if anybody had a hard time, and this is again why I'm on here, just kind of rambling, testing stuff out. That I do know enough about microphone and speaker technology that you don't want to just sit here and say testing, testing, testing. I've been to enough shows and I've dealt with enough public speaking engagements that they actually want you to use the equipment and speak into it and try to, as if you were going to do it normally. And like I said, for me, I got to practice, get on here, being able to communicate, not do the filler words, and, but, that kind of stuff, which I think I've done a pretty good job of today. But I want to test out the technology over and over and over again. I want to make sure that I know how it all functions and everybody can hear me. So if you guys could give me, a little bit of feedback on this, I'd appreciate it. I'll probably take this video and I'll put it over on YouTube as well. If anybody watching this, you guys have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, the link is in the conversations or the comments here. I appreciate you guys going over there. I need 61 more users, so I can get the show domain or show address, customized address set up. So I'd appreciate if you guys go over there and subscribe if you haven't already. But if you guys could let me know if you've had a hard time hearing anything, if there's anything, any part of the show where it kind of came out weird, it sounded weird, things like that. I'll go back and listen to it myself just in case. But anyway, Hope everybody has an amazing, amazing weekend. I probably will not come to you live. Ooh, that one. Ugh. But thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who's reached out over the past 24 hours. I appreciate it. You people are all lovely, and I am so happy to be friends with so many amazing people. And of course, my family. Um, wouldn't be here without you guys. I appreciate everything you guys do. So I will talk to you guys later. Maybe if I come through on Saturday or Sunday, who knows? But probably won't see you guys again until Monday. So if I don't see you, I really hope you guys enjoy your weekend and try to get out and enjoy this beautiful weather we're supposed to be getting over the next 48 hours. So talk to you guys soon. Bye.